welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a lot to talk about because things have changed once again. We are in the Meganex Superlight 8K, which is my favourite VR headset, okay? Ironically though, it's not the one that I recommend for most people to buy, and actually when compared to the Big Screen Beyond version 2, it's probably a better purchase for you. But for me personally, as I've said from the beginning, the 4K BOE Micro Oled display in this is fabulous, and it's getting better all the time. It really is. Thanks to the amazing talent of the community, especially SBoy3, he's got a new UI utility and driver for Steam VR. You can change the profile, the warping profile of this headset now. It is sharper than it was before. It just looks absolutely jaw-dropping. It really does. I love this thing. It is definitely my favourite VR headset. Regardless of the naysayers out there, regardless of the controversy, I stand by what I've always said about the headset. For me, this is where it's at. I love this thing. Anyway, let's just have a look around Old Warden. This is by Burning Blue Design. Look at it. Absolutely stellar, as always. And this video is primarily focused upon, well, using SayIntentions again. So I'm going to do a little flight here today. But also, we are using Sim Update 3 Beta. That's right, folks. It's already available. And here's the thing, folks, as we look at these amazing visuals here, the detail of this cafeteria. That's SayIntentions, by the way. Let's start walking back to our aircraft. Yeah, as I was going to say, here's the thing. Asobo, credit where credit is due, they are listening to the community. They really are. And there's a number of fixes and new features that are welcome. Welcome additions. So let's go and grab ourselves a cappuccino, £3.20. Not bad, I suppose. And maybe we'll have we'll have a cake, £4.20. We'll have that, and then I'll meet you back at the aircraft in a moment. Right, so welcome to the cockpit of the Piper Warrior. We're going to get this fired up, and I'll just talk you through some of the things that excite me about Beta 3. First and foremost, as you'll see on the screen now, is we've got a new option. As you can see here, we've now got a max FPS setting. Essentially, what we can do is lock the frame rate to a desired number. Now, I would recommend, and I've said this on the channel for many years now, I was one of the first to sort of mention this tip, is whatever hertz you're running, so say a 90 hertz headset, try and aim for 45 frames per second. Say the Quest 3 at 80 hertz, try and hit 40 frames per second reliably, that kind of thing. And it's great that we have that option now in the actual sim itself, because some headsets, like the Meganex for instance, you don't really have an option to lock the FPS unless you start messing around with config files, but now you can do it in the sim. So thank you, Sabo, for that. Very nice addition. And I'm not sure if they've been listening to my videos or not, folks. I'm not sure. But the Big Screen Beyond and Meganex now have a better profile for the fixed foveated rendering. You may see it on the screen. Apologies for that. But for me, it's wider now. Right, let's do a quick sound check and then we'll get on our way, and I'll talk you through some of the other things about Sim Update 3 Beta and showcase again some SayIntentionsAI magic. Now, first of all, I'd like to apologise to SayIntentions because I've now worked out that the menu in VR, you just need to change the font size and then you've got a much better readability. I love how this works in VR, so that's fantastic. And if you're wondering, I'm going to sometimes hold the headset so that it doesn't move so much when I talk. I'll do my best, guys, because making YouTube content in VR is tough at the best of times. Alright, it would help if my radios were on, so let's just do that now. And we'll contact Old Warden and see what we've got here. Oh, this thing looks so good. Yes, it's great to be back in the Meganex again. I really just love the Micro Oled screen in this. It's just, you know, when I look at the sky, there's just no mirror, no interruptions. It's just looking at the sky there, and the colours, so beautiful. I'm a massive fan of this headset, I really am. Old Warden ground, this is Piper 12 Lima Golf requesting taxi to the active runway.
One 2 Lima Golf, taxi to holding point runway 02.
Taxi to holding point runway 02, thank you. Piper 12 Lima Golf. God, I'm so rubbish at this. I will get better. Right, fuel pump off. Put the landing light on because we've got no taxi light. Transponder set to alt. Just finding our GPS signal here. I'll just make that a little bit smaller. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can really see the text there. That's great. Oh, I can feel the vibrations of the yoke as well. Because we're on grass. That's nice. Not sure if you can see it on the camera. It's vibrating like crazy. Nice. So FPS are feeling really nice, but of course I am running a top-end GPU here, 5090. Don't hate me too much for it, guys. Sorry, but this is my hobby as well. I do have a different system as well, a 4070 Super, which I'm hanging on to for the time being, and my 4090 system as well, which at the moment I have not touched once since getting this new 5090 computer. Hang on. Old Warden ground, Piper 12 Lima Golf. Could you tell me the QNH setting, please?
One 2 Lima Golf, QNH 1022.
1022, thank you. Piper 12 Lima Golf. Oh, how has this hobby got this ridiculously good? Insane. And here we go, look, we've got some nice, we've got an emu there and some animals. Don't crash into the fence, Steve. We're back in the Piper Warrior by Just Flight. Now up to date for MSFS 2024, and there's going to be some new updates coming soon for it as well. But she's a beauty, really, absolutely beautiful aircraft. Old Warden ground, ready for takeoff, Piper 12 Lima Golf at runway 02. Said that.
12 Lima Golf, wind 010 at 7, takeoff at your discretion.
Scottish. Clear for takeoff, thank you, Piper 12 Lima Golf. What I like about Say Intentions is, if you're rubbish like me and you say it all in the wrong order,
Lima Golf, acknowledged.
It's still okay. They understand what you mean. And if you've got a request or you want to find out a frequency or something, they will help. Like in the real world, I guess. Anyway, here we go. Feeling the effects of the yoke there. Lots of vibration. Oh, that was nice how it smoothed out as soon as I took off. We are airborne. So there is another big deal. A big update to Sim Update 3 Beta that I need to talk about. But before that, let me just say that this video is proudly sponsored by FS Academy. They have a new range of IFR training modules for MSFS 2024, which you can try out right now, and they're from a real world pilot, an instructor. And these training modules will guide you through a series of IFR training exercises, whether it's NDB navigation, ILS approaches, it's all there, and I'll tell you what, it's very rewarding. So go check them out and try some of their missions. Link will be in the notes below. Right then, a little bit of turbulence here. So we'll now change frequency and get our basic service. London Control, this is Piper 12 Lima Golf requesting basic service, please.
One two Lima Golf, pass your message.
London Control, this is Piper Warrior 12 Lima Golf, 1 POB at 2,000 feet. Would like basic service to East Midlands. I said that wrong, never mind.
12 Lima Golf, basic information service is on request. Squawk 5256 Binny Dent.
There we go.
Lima Golf identified, basic service QNH 1022.
And there we go, we've got a basic service heading to East Midlands. Say intentions, it's a bit bloody crazy good, isn't it? Anyway, the next thing about Sim Update 3 Beta is the fact you can now download your aircraft and scenery as you see fit. This is a big deal, and it's something we've wanted for a long time, let's be honest, since, well, 2024 was an actual thing. Because streaming doesn't always work that well, and of course it's always going to have a dependency on streaming and online services, but it really does help your system out, especially if you've got a bad internet connection, if you can download some of your regions. Now, even for me with a good internet connection, I've downloaded the UK because it makes sense. That's basically the points of interest, the airports, and some of the basic sort of, I'd imagine, geographic information. I don't know what else it does download, but it does it exactly the same, I think, as 2020 now, which definitely helps. It could even also help with the way the ortho imagery looks. It does look sharper now, so that is great. But I think the thing I like about this the most is you can download your aircraft and airports. It gives you the option to either stream or download. So again, thank you Asobo, that is a massive deal, and it really shows that they're actually listening. They are really listening to the community here. I think the only thing I'd like to see next, in terms of VR anyway, is the ability to be able to adjust the fixed foveated rendering and eye-tracked foveated rendering area in the options. I mean, you know, I am being a bit picky there, but it would be great if we could have that. And fingers crossed that might even be an option in a not so distant future. Because, for example, when it comes to eye-tracked foveated rendering, the area of focus is too big in my opinion in the sim at the moment, and they could bring that down a bit and have an option to do it, which would make a huge difference to performance. I'm talking up to 100% improvement in performance. Now, I wouldn't really recommend...
Virgin 875, reduce speed to 220 knots for sequencing.
I love listening to these.
Reducing to 220 knots, Virgin 875.
Brilliant. I wouldn't actually recommend that you download Sim Update 3 Beta at the moment, especially as it's brand new. There will be some teething problems, so only use it if you're going to help squash those bugs and report them to the official forum, because you might find yourself having some issues. So only really download it if you are expecting to help you know, trace those issues and those bugs for the community. But I must admit, this is my second flight of the day using another headset. I was first in the Pimax Super, now changed to the Meganex, and it feels pretty damn stable to me, even at this early stage. London Control, Piper 12 Lima Golf, could you give me the current wind conditions, please?
One two Lima Golf, current wind conditions are not available on this frequency. Please check with the appropriate weather service or ADIS for detailed information.
Oh, fair enough. The voices, they sound so good, don't they? They really do. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, they're the main things that I'm most excited about the most currently with Sim Update 3 Beta. And it's only just been released. It's a very exciting time, I tell you that. And this sim is getting better and better, and I was probably one of the...
Golf, own navigation.
Own navigation, thank you, Piper 12 Lima Golf. I was probably the first YouTuber, one of them, to complain about this sim right from the get-go, and I'm telling you now, it is so much better now. I haven't used 2020 in months. In fact, since Sim Update 2 beta came out. And now that we have Sim Update 3 beta, I just feel like they are really listening and getting those fixes in.
Where are you headed?
Under control, Piper 12 Lima Golf, heading to East Midlands. Just change tags actually.
12 Lima Golf Roger, continue on present, heading to East Midlands. Basic service remains in effect.
United 771 contact approach on 126.45.
This is so good.
Switching to 126.45, United 771.
Continue on present, heading to East Midlands. Thank you. Piper 12 Lima Golf. I know I don't have to say my full call sign every time, but I'm doing it on purpose to get used to just talking to air traffic control. But look at this. Look at this ortho imagery here. It is pin sharp. I can even see the markings on the road there. Really very, very nice. I am feeling quite optimistic now about this sim, having moaned about it for a long time now, but it just is working a lot better. Let's just have a recap of the Meganex as well, whilst we're just flying along for those who are still watching. Thank you very much if you are still here. So this headset, well, it's got a bit of a love-hate relationship with the community, there's no doubt about it. And I think part of that is because Shiftall wasn't very prepared, you know, going into this for the first time, it seems, with their software. And in my very first impressions video and my full review, I was the only YouTuber that queried the fact that the sharpness of the headset, while it looked fantastic, I wasn't sure why it wasn't sharper. Now we know why all that, you know, and that's the story that I'm not going to go into on this video. The great thing is that the community, S-Boy3, which I'll leave a link to his donation page in the notes below, has completely transformed this headset now. It looks like it should have done on release. But, you know, even then, back in the day when I first tried it, I still completely was awestruck by the colours and the quality and texture of the panel. It's all about the panel for me in this. That's the thing that is the major draw, because it's just a beautiful, such a lifelike panel. The colours of everything, the blacks and the, you know, the display, the green text, the leather, the metal, the fields, the blue sky, it just looks, it looks so much better than a QLED LCD headset. It really does. And the comfort for me, it fits my head shape. Sorry folks, but I can't tell you if it fits your own head. I don't know. I can only try my own face and head shape, and for me it's absolutely fine. It's also fine for Melissa and even for Monty, as you've seen before. And in terms of the warpiness, it is so much better now. It is still there a little bit as I look down. If I do this, but who the hell goes around doing this in VR? You look straight ahead and to the sides. So it's not a massive deal breaker for me. And also, for any of you watching this channel, you would have known that I have recommended the Big Screen Beyond version 2 over this headset because this is more of a bespoke device. I think you need to know what you're doing with this in terms of you need to sort of fiddle around a little bit with the software, and it is a work in progress situation. But there's no doubt in my mind that the panel and resolution of this wipes the floor with the Big Screen Beyond version 2. And since this channel started, I've always been, first and foremost, about visual fidelity and, you know, just the panel resolution and just being able to look at this cockpit here and see it so clear and crisp. That to me is one of the most important factors, as is comfort as well. Field of view isn't something that I've really been that bothered about that much. But if you are a field of view person, then no doubt about it, the IMAX Super is the way to go. And that does have quite a wow factor when you try that headset, it really does. But in terms of clarity, this is right up there with the absolute best, the Super I'm talking about here. It really is super sharp. And I stand by what I say. I absolutely adore the Meganex. That hasn't changed. Hasn't changed at all. And if that upsets you, if that makes you angry, then I'm sorry. But I can only tell you my own personal opinion, and I stand by what I say. Oh, and by... Right, looks like Melissa's back home. So I'll just say hello to her, and I'll jump back in a minute when we get closer to East Midlands. Really enjoyed this flight today. Right, I think it's now time to cancel our basic service. London Centre, this is Piper 12 Lima Golf. Would like to cancel my basic service, thank you. I said that crap as well.
12 Lima Golf, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk conspicuity.
Radar service terminated, thank you. Piper 12 Lima Golf. Right, now we need to change to East Midlands Airport. We've got this information here, look, which I really like. Now that it's actually working, I'll get some turbulence now.
Uniform 1550
Here we go.
Zulu. Wind 360 at 4. Cav OK. Temperature 18. Dew point 7. QNH 1022. Density altitude 400 feet. Transition level 65. Arriving and departing runway 27.
27.
Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Uniform. East Midlands Tower, this is Piper 12 Lima Golf with information uniform requesting landing clearance. Extra fully rich.
12 Lima Golf, wind 360 at 4, runway 27, cleared to land.
Clear to land, thank you. Piper 12 Lima Golf. There we go, it's easy as that. I don't really need this up now, I've showed you what it does. And it works perfectly in VR. Let's set up for a landing here. But yeah, this does feel good. Really good. There's a stutter there. Yeah, there's a bit of a stutter. That's fine. I think that's due to this scenery. Oh, nice. I can really finesse that with this yoke. But yeah, the Meganex is truly shining with this new mod. And all you need to do is drag a folder into your Steam VR driver, and it has its own UI system as well. And you can change the IPD, you can change the, as I say, the warping profile, loads of different settings. And it's just made this headset come alive. Truly. So welcome folks to East Midlands, and thank you for watching this video today, it really means a lot.
Departure then as well, departure on way 09, initial climb to 4000, to departure on 126.18, squawk 4316, Golf Alpha Charlie 1.
See, I think some of these people...
Read back correct. Ground is on 121.905, safe flight, sir.
Some of these people are real, I think. Like the SayIntentionsAI developer was saying to me that some of these sort of people that are online are fed into the system, which it's done very well, and actually you can't really tell which are AI voices and which are real sometimes. What are you doing there? Get out of the way, maniac in a forklift truck. Anyway, that will do this video. As I say, Sim Update 3 beta is now out. Download with caution. This has been the Meganex, which is still my favourite headset. It's yet to be beaten. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care and bye for now.